Where can I live cheap in Mexico? Can we live cheap in Mexico? If you are thinking about either or both of those questions, then this is the video you want to see. Hi, broadcasting not live from Morelia, Mexico, I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. You've heard of Acapulco, right? You've heard of Puerto Vallarta, right? You've heard of Cancun, right? You've answered yes to probably all three of those questions, and if that's the case, millions of other people have also. That's why the cost of living is so high in those cities compared to other cities in Mexico. When we take you to these cities, I bet you haven't heard the names of 8 out of the 10. That's why they're so affordable. Some people would say cheap. Let's go visit 10 very special cities in Mexico. Each one of these cities is extremely affordable. Some people would say cheap when it comes to rentals and when it comes to buying properties. Each one of these cities is a pueblo mágico cerca or close to Morelia. In English, that means each one of these has been designated in Mexico as one of the 177 magical cities in Mexico. Now, actually, there are only 9 pueblos mágicos close to Morelia, but the last one I liked so much I had to throw it in. I saved my favorite 3 cities for the very end of the video, so you really want to watch the entire video. For each of these cities, I'm going to show you a map so you know how to get there, and I'm going to give you the price range for 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment fully furnished. Now, to give you more in-depth information about each of these cities, in the description below, there's a full video link to each and every one. The list is about 5 paragraphs down. I could live in probably all of these cities, but for sure, each one is worth a day trip. Let's go visit some fabulous cities. Let's start with Zinzunzan. Zinzunzan is about an hour-and-a-half bus ride from Morelia. The population is about 12,000 people, and the altitude is 6,700 feet. It's a quiet, clean, and safe town, and there's not a lot of people there, but I really enjoyed my visit. This is the one city I don't know if I could live there, but maybe you could. The prices are very reasonable, and all of these cities I'm going to show you, the climates are excellent. This is a Franciscan monastery complex that is a must-see, with this great yard in the church, or in the church courtyard. There's actually 2 churches. It's fabulous. And all of these cities, the temperatures are perfect year-round with limited humidity. Zinzunzan is known for the Yacatas archaeological site with stepped pyramids, and that is worth a trip to see it. If you're visiting Morelia, you would really enjoy this. Want to rent a fully furnished 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment? It's going to cost you about $400 to $700 a month. Let's visit the Pueblo Mágico Tacámbaro. It's about an hour-and-a-half bus ride from Morelia headed north. The bus ride or the drive is just beautiful all the way. The population is 60,000 people with an altitude of 5,381 feet. I could definitely live here. Tacámbaro, it's a beautiful city with a beautiful plaza, and everything is neat and clean. And if you look at the sidewalk and the streets, you see no garbage. I walked around this town all day and night with a beautiful plaza. Again, population 60,000 people, and everyone was very accommodating, and there was food everywhere. If you like to eat, they had so much great, authentic, of course, Mexican food, and you can chow down from sun up to sundown. For 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom furnished apartment, it would cost you about $350. I said $350 to $700 or $650 a month. That's in my budget for sure. Let's visit the lovely town of Angangueo. It's a little tricky to get to. I had to take a major bus line to Ciudad Hidalgo, and then you take about an hour bus ride in a combi to get to Angueo. Population about 10,000 people, altitude 8,400. It's right next to a butterfly biosphere reserve. It's worth the trip just to see the butterflies. I could live there, but it's a bit out of the way. I could live in this town. Yes, it's a little bit out of the way to get to, but the weather is fabulous. And yes, it is the butterfly capital of Mexico. And people come from all over the world. I went to a restaurant and there were these international scientists speaking Spanish, just talking about the culture of butterflies. And here's a group of tourists that came from Europe just to visit this unique butterfly town. Again, all of these videos are in the description below. The rent here would be $300 to $500 a month, US, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, fully furnished. Next, we'll go to Quizio. It was a very surprising trip, only about a 45-minute bus ride from Morelia, and the town has a population of 15,000 with an altitude of 6,000 feet. I was here at Christmas time. The plaza was fabulous. There was food to eat all over town. Look at this rotisserie chicken. I bought 4 chickens, ate 3 of them right on the plaza. They even had pork in there and some beef. And Quizio is right off of Lake Quizio, the second largest lake in Mexico. And you can buy all kinds of fresh fish year round, again in a great climate. And then I visited the convent de Santa Maria Magdalena. It may not look like much here, but I got lost in there. I was in there by myself for about 2 hours. Again, very close to Morelia, $350 to $600 a month. That's in my budget. Let's visit Santa Clara del Cobre. It's Copper Town. Population 14,000 people with an altitude of about 7,382. It is the Copper Town of Mexico. Can you tell by the sign with the name of the city on the plaza that yes, this is a copper town? And look at all the people. I'm there around Wednesday at around 10:30 in the morning, and the place was filled with fresh food to eat, bread, and the people were very friendly. But take some cash with you because they have everything copper, earrings, every pots, pans, forks, knife, key change, copper, all over town. They even have workshops to show you how they mold and make all of these beautiful copper works come to be. And all of these cities have high-speed internet and cable television, all the modern stuff. And Santa Clara de Cobre is going to cost you about $300 to $500 a month. Let's visit the fabulous city of Ciudad Hidalgo. That's about a 2-hour bus ride from Morelia. Population 70,000 with an altitude of 6,700 feet. I loved Ciudad Hidalgo. It was founded in 1531 and has a very rich cultural heritage. It's renowned for its 16th century church, former monastery of San Jose, which stands as a principal monument. And this is the plaza. They have these covered walkways going all around the plaza with restaurants and fabulous foods to eat. And again, and there's a hobby horse. Put like 5 pesos in there and just rock your world, baby. I love this town. Another fabulous city, about 2 hours on the bus. You could probably drive there in an hour and a half from Morelia for $350 to $600 a month. Are you a guitar freak? Let's go to Paracho, the guitar capital of Mexico, where they make guitars by hand. 20,000 people, about 7,218 feet in altitude. Now, I visited Paracho on a national holiday, it was a lot of fun, but there were guitars everywhere. And that's why there are so many people in the plaza. This statue is right on the plaza, and there's one street that has lots of guitar shops. And I thought there would be factories there, but they have many small shops, and they specialize in making guitars. Even Carlos Santana has bought some of his guitars here. And this guy here, he gave me a half hour of his time telling me how he hand makes guitars. He had some guitars worth $300,000 ordered from guitarists all over the world. To live in this clean, safe, wonderful climate town would cost you between $300 to $500 a month or less. Of all the towns we've been to thus far, this is the only one that is not a Pueblo Magico, or Uapan. And it's about a 2-hour, hour and a half bus ride from Morelia, 360,000 people population, and an altitude of about 5,000 feet. This city, the plaza, is fabulous. I fell in love with the town. It has everything that you want. And also, though it is not a Pueblo Magico, it is the avocado capital of the world. And as you get closer to the town, about an hour outside of town, you see all of these avocado plantations. I don't know if that's what they call them. Also, there's so much in this town, and they have the Parque Nacional Barranca del Capatizio. And there's all kinds of waterfalls in here. I wanted to put my drone up, but it was so thick with forestation that I couldn't even put my drone up. It was a fabulous day. And to stay in this fabulous city would cost you about $400 to $700 a month. Our next Pueblo Mágico is Tlalpujahua. I'm going to call it Christmas Town, and Christmas Town it was. I could live in this Christmas Town year round in a heartbeat. Population 15,000, altitude about 8,000 feet. This is a Christmas freak's paradise. This is a Christmas ornament mall in the city, but the city is filled with shops outside the mall selling everything Christmas. And the town is beautiful, clean, and the people were extremely friendly. This is like one of my top cities that I could live in a heartbeat, and it would be Christmas all year long because people come from all over the world to buy these ornaments. And they even have it's a Christmas town, but in the Christmas town they have a mini Christmas town where you can eat and say Merry Christmas all day. And for you to be jolly in a Merry Christmas town year round would cost you $300 to $500 a month. I saved my favorite city for last, even though all of these cities were great, but Pátzcuaro was fabulous. Population 50,000 people, altitude about 7,000 feet, right off the Lake Pátzcuaro, and it has everything that I could ever want in a town. If I had seen this city before I found Morelia, I would live there. The city had everything that I wanted. And in these following clips, if you look around, you don't see any garbage, not a piece of litter. It looks like you could eat off of the streets. Giant market with poultry, beef, puerco, that's a pig, fresh vegetables, clothing. And this is a Wednesday around 11 o'clock in the morning. And the more I didn't find one ugly street in the town, and the more I walked, I found more enchanting streets. I'll say it again, I could live here in a heartbeat. I spent 3 hours just walking around the plaza, eating lunch, and just watching the people. For you to live in my new favorite city in Mexico, you would invest $400 to $750 a month. Please leave a comment, tell us what you think. And if you like the video, click the like button. We go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. That's this Saturday. Join us and have a good time. Click that subscribe button and you'll get a notification. We have a new Facebook group. We're almost at 500 members. It's called Mexico Expats Build Dallas Lewis. There's a link in the description below. Thank you so much for sharing this time with us today. We have many more videos to come. Click that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next video.